Well, good morning. We're on the Upper Murray River, just above Tintaldra. The Upper Murray is a little known section of the Murray River. Most people associate the Murray below Lake Hume and below Albury, Yarrawonga, down through to Swan Hill and onto Mildura. The Upper Murray here is a lot smaller, but still holds lots and lots of Murray cod and a pretty good population of trout cod as well. It's a little bit different to fish. We've just beach launched here, and we're going to drift down to Tintaldra and pull out at the old Tintaldra bridge. There's a bit of a launching ramp there, so we'll be able to get out there. I'm with my mate Lenny, a couple of other guys down here in their boats. There's Clive and Dougie as well. So we're going to see what we can do. We'll show you some of the techniques. Most of it's spinnerbaiting, lure casting. You can do a little bit of trolling in the bigger pools here. Boat safety is an issue. Boating on these faster moving rivers is always a bit of a challenge. You do have to run some rapids. They're not too bad. This little boat's perfect. You don't need anything really more than 4 metres. I prefer a 3.5 metre boat. The water's low, so we're probably going to go over a few rapids and rock bars on the way. So I reckon we'll get in the water and give it a go, Len. It's only going to get better as the day goes on.
Okie dokie.
The Upper Murray is a fantastic place. Clear water, large pools and plenty of opportunity to cast spinnerbaits and troll lures. This is home to a very healthy population of our most iconic sport fish, the Murray cod.
Oh, fish, fish!
These are lovely fish.
Yeah.
This is a good pool too.
It's got a bit of tail on it.
Yep.
And the Jiminy.
Oh, he's a nice fish. Just stick him in the net. How's that?
Well done, Bill. Ripper. It's not a bad start to the day.
Hey, look at the colour in him, Len.
Yeah,
Hey?
lovely fish.
Have a look at that. Probably 4 kilos.
Yeah, you'd be close to that, yeah. 3.5.
3.5 kilos probably.
What do you think, Doug?
Hopefully there'll be some bigger fish to fly during the day. 7.5 pound, Doug. Well, this is your hole, so good on you. And what's the biggest fish you've caught in this hole? 55 pound. Big fish. Way bigger than this. We're quite happy with that. So Len, what was your retrieve on this one?
Well, with this spinnerbait, I was just casting, letting it sink because it's such a deep hole.
Yep.
3-4 seconds and just
Just a rolling retrieve.
Yep. Twitch every now and then.
And it seemed to me took it halfway back mid-water.
He did.
So
I
it's
saw-
probably followed it up.
Yeah, and I saw the strike. He was halfway up, sort of thing.
Okay, good. Good
So
one,
what
mate.
was that?
Do
Yep.
you want me to let it go for you? You're right.
No, you let him go for us there, Bill. Bit easier.
He's going to go.
There he goes. Fantastic.
Well, come on, Clive. Get into him.
You caught one yet?
No good. You got to go right here, Clive. Eh? Yeah. Boating on the river is not to be taken lightly, and common sense and a reliable motor is needed. Along the way, you'll also see other campers and anglers. Two most important things I think about fishing with spinnerbaits is retrieve speed and lure colour. To me, good lure colours are a black head, purple skirt, white head, blue and white skirt, and then green and gold and red and black. Retrieve is slow. You can't retrieve slow enough with a spinnerbait and still catch fish, especially when you're on the river, because you're moving all the time, the river's moving. So even if I'm just doing this, I can still get hit. The lure in some way is still working. On this particular spinnerbait, I've got a twin blade, twin Colorados, which are big wide dinner plate style blades. So the slightest movement, they're just going to chug along. And you don't need to cast far either with spinnerbaits. You know, 5 metre casts, 10 metre casts, just to your structure. Let it sink down. Quite often I'll just watch it so the line will peek out. A lot of this water in the Upper Murray, it's only 6 feet deep, 3 feet deep, 4 feet deep. So it doesn't take long to get down to the bottom, but it's always a good practice to cast, allow it to sink down, count 1 to 10 for river fishing. 10 will get it down there a fair way. And just that slow retrieve. Simple as that. You can try a bit of a rolling action if you want to, if you're prospecting. Long cast to the other side of the river, sink. Just work your lure back, just slow. Whenever you're not catching fish, you always think you're retrieving the wrong way, using the wrong lure. But hang in there, just keep plugging away. When things are slow, on Murray cod, it can be 1,000 casts of fish, believe me. When they're good and they're up and about, they're off their station and they're out in the river feeding, you can get a hit every 50 casts, every 20 casts at times. The other difference about fishing rivers to lakes is limited cast opportunities. Because you're drifting just about all the time, it's often rare that you can just sit and hammer a spot. Especially if there's a bit of a current on, it's always difficult. Got to start up your motor and hold it in one place. So practice your casting. If you can, try to get 2 or 3 casts in at one spot quickly. If you know how to cast well and quickly, you can do it. Could make all the difference. So you can see here with Doug drifting down the river, not a long cast either, only, I'd say 10 metres. The whole art of spinnerbaiting is keep it in control. Look at that, just in and under, right up in the back there. And then just slow the retrieve. He had to speed up that retrieve just to get it around the snag. You watch, he'll fire another one in here. It's not far. 1, 2, 3, sink. Then just a slow retrieve. Pretty simple, really. How you going, Doug? Good fish? It's all right. Spinnerbait? Oh, it's a nice fish. Look at the colour in it. That's an absolute corker.
Fat belly on him.
That is, look at the colours in the cod. That is just
orange
beautiful.
tips on his fin.
Yeah.
Only some of them have got that around here.
Yeah, around here. Yeah, look at that. And what's the spinnerbait you got it on?
It's a quad-bladed Ozspin lure.
Is it?
From old Ron Hoban's.
Looks like half ounce Ron Hoban
in Corryong.
Corryong. So Doug, how long have you been fishing the river for?
Oh, since I could get outside and stand up nearly.
Really?
About 22 years now.
Oh, that's great. And you always fish the Upper Murray?
Yeah.
Best cod in the country here, eh?
Best cod in the country.
That's as good as a New England granite country cod.
Yeah.
Pretty as.
From the Humere up to where the Murray starts is the territory. Where they can go, I suppose.
Right? Keep it going, clear to port. Oh. We've got one here, I think. Now he hit that 3, 4, 5 times before we connected up. Again. Oh. Have a look at that. Not a big cod. They're fit. What a lovely fish. Hey, taking that blue and white again. Hey, have a look at that. How's that? Not a big cod, but what a beautiful sport fish. On that blue and white spinnerbait. He's only a little one, but gee, that's a lovely fish. Beautifully marked, absolutely perfect condition. And this is a true wild bred Murray cod. I don't know, this fish should be about 2 kilos. And again, he just took that slow retrieved spinnerbait like nothing else. The action's only really started to pick up in the afternoon when the water temperatures come up to about 19 degrees. How's that for you? One important thing to do is you can't leave your fish out of the water too long. They're a natural resource, and we do catch and release them. And even in these little fish, it's a very good idea if you are going to hold them out of the water for a photograph, or in this case a DVD, just support their stomach like so. I've got a bottom jaw grip on them, which I think is a little bit better than sticking a boga in a small fish. Okay, well, we'll let this guy go. There he goes. What a great fish. That's a terrific fish caught anywhere, but in an environment like this, in the Upper Murray, how good is that? 20 years' time, that fish, if he's still about, is going to be maybe 20, 30 kilos. Well, here we are at Tinteldra, the end of a great day's fishing, and our pull-out point just below the Tinteldra Bridge.